Hello everyone, something slightly different here. So I've actually received 3 gifts. One, this big box from Stuart George's Home Movies. Obviously I'll talk about the people and the stuff more when I get to it. Then I've got a gift from Roy Barrett from Blue Roy Movies. I've got a DVD which basically a lady I work with, she's saying, I'll show it when I get to it, but her favourite film ever is a certain film with Kurt Russell in. So I said I hadn't seen it, but I got her to watch The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, which she did enjoy. She's saying this one's still better, so I'll talk about it when I get to it. And then I've got only 5 films from a charity shop, but they were 25p each or 5 for £1. So yeah, a few I've been interested in, and one I kind of already have, but I know it's quite hard to find. I think it's out of print, so I picked it up in case anybody else needed it. But everyone I checked with, messaged in the community, sort of YouTube friends already seem to have it. So yeah, I'll find out what I'll do with that. I guess I'll show the charity pickups last because they are the most boring thing. The box from Stuart. He's been messaging me for a while, asking certain things that I need. Do I have it? Do I want an upgrade of it? Very generous. Can't actually remember what's in this box, to tell you the truth. So it'll be a surprise for me when I open it. So yeah, I think in November 15th, is it? Stuart, Roy, Ellery from Ellery's Film Discussion, and Ollie from Ollie Loves Film, doing a meetup. I think it's in Birmingham again. So yeah, last time we all went. I went. It was Sam rather than Ellery. But yeah, this time unfortunately I'm not able to make it. So Stuart was going to bring the parcel to hand over to me, but yeah, being as I'm not going, he's kindly sent it through the post. So I did say, do you want me to pay postage fee? But he said, no, don't be silly. It's quite a big box he sent. Yeah, if I show you other things first, yeah, I'll save Stuart's box for in a second. Don't know if you can tell, but I've not long woken up, so I'm quite sleepy, but this is the only chance I've got to do this video. Won't be able to do it later or probably tomorrow or anything. So I thought, yeah, being as these people have sent me or gifted me things, better sort of show my appreciation without taking too long. So yeah, let me show this one first. There's one from Roy. So Roy did message me saying, did I want this? I said, yeah, I haven't seen it. Looks interesting. Looks my kind of film. Really nice condition. I'm not going to lie, since Roy said about it, I kind of forgot he was sending it. So I got home the other day. Usually, if I'm not in, they'll dump it on the doorstep. I guess depending on how big the parcel is. But this one, so outside I've got because it's a block of flats, we all have our own little post boxes. But the sort of entry point is only yay wide, so you can't get too much in there. But yeah, I got home, basically there was a package in there, looked over it, didn't recognise it as Roy's writing, so I kind of had to open it just to check what it was. Guess it was from a YouTuber because it was written with pen, whereas obviously if it's something sent by Amazon, I'd know I'd ordered it. But I thought, every now and then, I think every 3 months or so, my cat's flea medicine comes, so I thought maybe they just put in a different package. So I thought I'd open it and check, and then sent a message saying thanks to Roy. Yeah, it's definitely not flea litter, it's Encounter of the Spooky Kind. So yes, the Eureka release. Got a nice slip case. Nice poster inside. Nice booklet. I'll show you the inside. I don't think it's irreversible. Don't think it's reversible, but you can see that above the glare. Yeah, it's quite nasty and rainy today in England, but there's still glare coming through. But yeah, looking forward to this. Big fan of Sammo Hung. Got a few of his films. I think I did speak on a couple of episodes ago about. I had a new one with him in. I think it was a martial arts one. I say that because he does do a few kind of action ones. And yeah, down here I got that Violent Riders, I think it's called, on 88 Films. But yeah, thank you, Roy. Not just a nice addition and a film I imagine I will enjoy, but also yeah, I mean, obviously I've not checked, but I'm guessing you could have probably got some money for this in CEX if you traded it in, or exchange points, whatever you want to call it, credit. As yeah, so Eureka, which usually to go for a bit of money in good condition with a slipcase, etc. From Roy's library. Yeah, sure, everybody knows Roy Barrett. I've given him a few shout outs now because this is about the third or fourth package he sent me. So yeah, got a. I think I have sent Roy one package back, but I don't think we're even yet. I think yeah, he sent me more stuff than I sent him, so I'll try and keep an eye out when I upgrade anything. Haven't had too much money for a while, but get paid end of this week. So yeah, planning on grabbing a few boutique label editions and some 4Ks. So yeah, if I've got any Blu-rays or whatever, then I'll check with you, Roy, if you want any of them. Yeah, sure, everybody knows Roy's channel. We'll put a link down to it below. Crazy film collection, a library as he calls it. Genuinely down to earth, nice guy, funny. I think some of his jokes go over some people's head, but I usually get them every time I comment saying about a certain joke. Roy said, "Oh, I thought you'd be the only one." Well, not the only one, but yeah, I thought you'd get it because yeah, sometimes Roy will put in like a sort of sly joke without not sly. What's the word? Subtle joke without changing his expression and quite deliver it quite dryly. So it's not like he laughs after like when Sammy G does a joke. It's a joke. Whereas yeah, sometimes Roy will slip in a little sort of what's the word, in crowd kind of joke you're only going to get if you know subject. But yeah, obviously brilliant channel. Not just saying it, Roy is genuinely one of my favourite YouTubers to watch. Learned a lot from him. A lot of recommendations and money I've spent up here is because of Roy. Stuart as well. I'll talk about that when I get to it. Yeah, Roy always makes me laugh. And then as a person, yeah, one of my favourite people in the YouTube community. Not going to do a ranking on favourite YouTubers or favourite people. This is a bit unfair, but yeah, Roy would definitely be in the top 5 of YouTubers and top 5 of people I get on with the best and I consider good friends outside of YouTube. So yeah, thank you very much, Roy. This will probably be on a forthcoming recent watches once I get round to it, although I have been watching quite a lot of horror recently for October. I'm not sticking just to horror. As much as I like horror, I probably would get bored of just watching that. Like I said a few times, I guess some people don't watch much horror all year round, so when they watch it for 31 days in October, which I'm not going to be able to do, like I said, I can't always watch a film every day, and I work and busy doing other stuff, seeing family and things, but yeah, I guess if you haven't watched many horror films in the year, then you probably watch them for a month and not get bored. Whereas because I do watch like a lot of horror films throughout the year, probably half and half, half horror, half non-horror, maybe not quite that ratio. I didn't really check the recent watches and count how many, but yeah, tried to mix a few up a bit. Right, on the next one. So yeah, this is the one I said, lady in work. Obviously, she gave this to me by hand. Once I said I hadn't seen it, she said, "Do you have anything that can play discs?" So I was laughing because, yeah, I guess a lot of people. She's got sons like I don't know, late teens, sort of early 20s age, so they're probably streaming everything. So when I was like, "Yeah, I've got a PS5 that can play the discs, but also I've got like probably 2,000 films or so, so I need to be able to play discs." So yeah, she said she ordered this off of eBay. She wanted me to watch it. So yeah, I basically said John Carpenter's The Thing was the best film of Kurt Russell, or at least that I had seen. But she said no, this is her favourite film, is Overboard. There's not too much glare with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. I think it's meant to be a comedy, yeah, where they get a ship. Some people have said it's like a bit silly. Some people have said it's really funny. Yeah, she really likes it. It's from 1987, PG. I think I can see a running time. 1 hour 48 minutes. Yeah, a few people have said this is a fun one. Some people said they didn't really get on with it, but I'll see. Hopefully I don't hate it and have to go back to her and say your favourite film was crap. There's not many films I actually really hate, to be fair. Some I don't massively get on with, but I wouldn't say I hate them. And yeah, I think I've got quite a high tolerance, as you've probably seen if you've been watching my recent watches, even for like really bad films like Ice Sharks, I think it was called, or Atomic Shark. Something like that, I still gave them like a 2 or a 3. Very rare I give something a 1 out of 10 you know, like I've said before, most films have a bit of artistic merit, or I can get some kind of entertainment out of them, even if it's laughing at it. If it's really bad, laughing at the stunt effects or something. Even bad films might have a good score, or like a little bit of music in that stands out. So yeah, you know, I've usually got what's the word, quite not too extreme on like hating films. So yeah, Overboard, and yeah, like she said, that's her favourite film. She did watch The Thing and she did like it. Watched it with her sons, I think, and they said it was a good film. She kind of said it's not really her sort of thing, usually a horror, but well, sci-fi horror. But yeah, she did say it was good. She did say some of the effects have aged a bit, and she laughed at some, but I couldn't really see her point there. I mean, I guess maybe if you've never seen it, the bit when I guess not a spoiler, the sort of alien head is running around like a spider, probably can be kind of amusing, but yeah, I don't think the effects have dated. So after she said that, I'm not gonna be too upset if I tell her I didn't like certain aspects of Overboard. Right, now I'll get on to the interesting thing. This is the package from Stuart George. Let me just double check. Yeah, postman gave me a weird look when he dropped this off, because he always, mostly the same guy, I guess he has days off, but 9 out of 10 times the same guy drops off my post. And as you probably know from my previous name, my name's Tim Cole, but Stuart's written on here Tim's Waffle. So he's probably looking, thinking, is this Waffles inside? He changed his surname, got married to Captain Birdseye or something? I don't know, but he had a guy to give me a funny look. I try not to show my address, but it did come with this cool little Silence of the Lambs sticker. I think it's like a Japanese sticker. But yeah, as you can see, the biggest box I've ever received through the mail, probably including packages from Amazon. So yeah, Stuart has gone all out. I won't say how much, but weighed 1.6 kilograms. But yeah, I won't say how much the postage is, but quite expensive. So appreciate that. Like I said with Roy, I would try and get you back with something, Stuart, but Stuart's already got everything I offer him. You know, if I upgrade something to 4K, I'm getting rid of the Blu-ray. Very likely Stuart's also got the 4K, or probably got it before me, so he doesn't want the Blu-ray. Yeah, a few things I've offered him in the past, and he just has it. Even things I don't think he has, you know, so I offered him a DVD that's out of print. He probably say, don't worry, mate, I'm going to import the Blu-ray from Germany or something. I guess Stuart always wants the best version available. Again, similar to Roy, great guy. I'll link, obviously, both of them down below. Not only enjoy Stuart's channel, enjoy his humour and his sayings, and you know, now he's become the community Sherlock, aka Stewlock George. But yeah, again, the same, not just enjoy his channel, and yeah, would be my top 5. Not just saying this to be nice, I genuinely do enjoy watching their channel. Stuart's got a broad film knowledge, watches everything from horror, sci-fi, family films. Anything he's not too into is foreign films. Don't think he's a massive fan of subtitles, but maybe I'll try and send him some foreign films. Actually, if I ask him, he's going to say he don't want them, so I'd have to sneakily find his address and then just post them to him as a surprise. But yeah, I'd say there are, you know, not all foreign films are for everyone. Some people don't like reading subtitles, but there are some films out there like Old Boy, Parasite, Pan's Labyrinth, that I think brilliant films outside of what language they're in. But yeah, diverse film knowledge, and again, Stuart has put me onto a lot of films. I think I've said a few times, but when I first started doing the channel, I was mostly picking up boutique label stuff, mostly focusing on horror, sci-fi kind of stuff. For example, there's no way before Stuart started talking about it. See if I can find it. Sorry. Get it from up here, but yeah, there's no way until Stuart started talking about, oh, I got a film like this, Remains of the Day. Yeah, a while ago. Yeah, I just wasn't really into like drama. I think there's another one I got recently that I can find it. Oh yeah, and Howard's End. Kind of like period dramas. I think they're, yeah, both by James Ivory. But yeah, like I say a while ago, I was kind of a bit more closed-minded on films, whereas since taking recommendations from a lot of the film community, not just Stuart and Roy, but um, I've started watching films that I wouldn't always think I would like. Say 12 Angry Men didn't sound the most interesting thing. 12 men in a courtroom talking for an hour and a half, but actually one of the best films I've ever seen. So since, taking some of these recommendations and thinking I probably wouldn't like it, it's a bit of a period piece, or, it's not got too much action and blood and things, which is what I always used to like. Have watched some of these dramas and slower films, thrillers, whatever that people recommended, and I've actually been enjoying them. And have expanded my taste in films and film genres, really, and that's thanks to people like Stuart and Roy. Not only a great YouTuber, like I say, he always makes me laugh with his sayings and things. I won't repeat them all, as this video will go on too long. Also really good guy. Like I say, one of my top 5 sort of favourite people in the community to talk to outside of YouTube. Really generous guy. Sorry, Stuart, I should keep saying guy. Really generous bloke in the community. Genuinely enjoy his videos. Unlike me, he manages to keep his videos short, talk about like 20 films in 10 minutes or so and just bangs through them. He doesn't waffle on. He always keeps it concise. Always has really good thumbnails. Like I say, really diverse pickups. Me and him have got quite a lot of films in common, like Return of the Living Dead, The Thing, some of our favourite horrors. Just looking over there. Ones like Death Watch, which I watched a little while ago and said it was really good. Stuart watched it and was really impressed with it. A lot of the time, if I give people film recommendations, they've either already seen them, or sometimes it's a bit of a risk. They might watch it and hate it, and then I feel bad for wasting an hour and a half of their time. But good. Sometimes you give a film recommendation and someone does really enjoy it. Obviously Stuart has his Warner home video VHS collection, which is very impressive and worth quite a lot of money. Right, I better get to opening the box because we can't just talk about the channel all day. But great YouTuber. Go and check him out. Sure, everybody already knows Stuart and Roy. Can't link the lady Anne Marie down below because I don't think she has a YouTube channel. She just works for me in my job. Like I say, Stuart, one of my favourite people in the YouTube community, and genuinely consider him a friend outside of YouTube. Chat to him on WhatsApp and things. And meeting up with all these guys, Ollie, Sam, Stuart and Roy, was a pleasure. But Stuart and Roy, gentlemen, I will say. Right, so let me have a look in this. Try and open the side of it. I've not got a knife or anything. I will say it does smell a bit of like deodorant or aftershave or something, so not sure if that's happened in the post office or whether like I told you about Stuart's sense of humour, no letter to him can't be arsed. I'm not going to lie, when I sent packages to people, sent quite a few to different people, let's say, 6 people, I always forget to write a letter. And then when I've received one from Ash from Popcorn and Horror, or one from Sammy G, one from Stuart, one from my friend Al, Joshua Fulci fan 1015, is he called now? Especially, they always put a letter, and then it's not that I don't plan to do one. I usually get to the post office, start packaging it all up there, and either don't have a pen and a paper or just forget. But as you can see, that's Stuart's kind of humour. I will keep that to one side. Quite a lot of bubble wrap. Put that to one side. The package does smell nice. Obviously, with things like this that Roy, Stuart, people have given me, even if it's films I don't get on with, I'm not going to trade them in or anything. Not just because sort of sentimental value to keep the things that people are giving me as a gift. But also, even if I don't like it, it's just going to be a cherished part of my collection. Having it, some of these VHS Joshua Fulci fan 1015 has given me, I've not watched, but just owning them and having them up in the background is like a privilege. Even if I don't get on with them, I'm not going to trade them in. Not just, like I say, I want to have them in the collection as it's a gift. If someone gives me a gift, you probably had it at Christmas where, remember, your family gives you something. Not saying I won't like these, but something you don't really like and you've got to pretend to like it. And then, you've got to wear your new Christmas jumper or your Christmas socks so they can see that you appreciate it, kind of thing. So, you're not going to give away a gift someone gives you. But also, some of these, I'm guessing, are probably worth some money. So, Stuart or Roy and the stuff he's given me, or other people in the past could have traded it into CEX or sold it and got money, and they haven't. They've given it to me. So, yeah, obviously I would never want to take something for free off somebody and then turn a profit on it. A bit like a kind of evil Del Boy trotter style. Right, I'm starting to remember some of these now. I'm looking at them. So this one, I wanted to get the 4K of this. Not necessarily the steelbook, but they didn't have... I don't think they released it on just a normal 4K. It seemed to only be the steelbook at about £30. Wasn't ever even in stock in HMV when I asked. And then when I looked on Amazon, literally like the day it came out, I think even before it had come out, it had already sold out and was showing as currently unavailable. So yeah, go and check Stuart's video when he shows his 4K of this, but it's a Night of the Living Dead Tom Savini remake from 1990. Yeah, I watched this as a kid. I think I watched this before I seen the original black and white George A. Romero version from, was it 68? And yeah, really enjoyed this. Good directing by Tom Savini. Tony Todd in the lead role. Who else has it got? Patricia Tallman, Tony Todd, Tom Towles from Halloween. Directed by Tom Savini. Yeah, obviously it's a lot more gory. Obviously it's got colour. I think they have colorised George A. Romero's original, but I've not seen the colorised version. But yeah, I do remember this being gory, very action-packed. I'm not going to say it's a better film than the original Night of the Living Dead. I'd have to watch them both. I haven't seen this, let's say, like, for 28 years or something, probably. Going on 30 years, to say between 25 and 30 years. I can't remember too much, although I remember enjoying it. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a better made film than the original Night of the Living Dead, which is more seminal and important, and one of the first horror films to feature Afro-American as like the main character, ahead of its time. Maybe it's more of an entertaining, fun film. I will have to go back and watch Night of the Living Dead, the original again, because I haven't seen that in about 10 years. I've always enjoyed it, but yeah, I'll have to watch them back to back and see which is the most action-packed. But yeah, don't think this has ever really had a Blu-ray or DVD release in the UK until the 4Ks come out. So I think Stuart said this is like a multi-region or region B, but it does play on his player, and yeah, I'm pretty sure PS5 can play. Maybe not old multi-region DVDs, as I've tried one of those recently, it wouldn't play. But yeah, again, some lady I work with says she can play multi-region Blu-rays. I think Blu-rays obviously more up to date than DVDs are. I'll put it up there. But yeah, looking forward to a rewatch of Night of the Living Dead. Then you've got Nightmares. I have seen this one around in HMV and CEX, obviously when it's been traded in, and always had my eye on it. Obviously I do collect 101 films, so a nice one to add to the 101 films collection. Director Joseph Sargent from The Taking of Pelham 123. Horror anthology. So yeah, I really love horror anthologies. I know Stuart recently watched Chiller, which was an old British horror anthology. Aired, I think it was about 94? Yeah, I guess it was about 10 or so when it came on. Sorry, let me just move that bubble wrap, if you can hear that. When it came on the TV, and obviously Creepshow 1, Creepshow 2. I'm a big fan of what's it called? Tales of the Unexplained, the movie with the gargoyle bit. A few other anthologies, Trick or Treat, one of my favourites. So yeah, always interesting to check out another horror anthology. So you've got Terror in Topanga with Christina Rains, The Bishop of Battle with Emilio Estevez, The Benediction with Lance Henriksen, and Night of the Rat with Veronica Cartwright. So all sound interesting titles, but also good actors. Yeah, Veronica Cartwright in Alien. Oh, what was that I watched recently with her in? I think it's a British film. Christina Rains, I can't say I've heard of. Obviously, Emilio Estevez, sure everybody knows. Lance Henriksen in a lot of genre films. But yeah, interested to check that out. I'm not sure if Stuart... Oh yeah, it's got 2 discs and a booklet. Stuart always keeps his stuff in good condition, but also when he does send you stuff, it's not just some like cheap, worn out kind of 10p DVD. He's actually sent me some like good boutique stuff and things that are worth money. So yeah, really do appreciate that, Stuart. Yeah, I'll get around to watching this soon before Halloween. Yeah, I'm not sure if he showed this, whether I said I'll check it out, I haven't seen it, or whether he sort of put it in as a surprise. I guess I'll have to go back on the WhatsApp and look at the media where you can see all the photos. And then this one I have actually been thinking about getting recently. Heard it's not as good as the original Suspiria, which I do only have on DVD, so I do need to update the original, but it's the remake of Suspiria. Luckily, this has got like a matte slipcase, so it's not too glary. Yeah, I heard this is quite disturbing. Some people saying more intense than that than the original Suspiria. 152 minutes. Stars Dakota Johnson, Tilda Swinton, Mia Goth, and Chloe Grace Moretz. Yeah, ironically, the other day, some guy was in work at the till talking to one of the colleagues, and I heard him say Suspiria. So I said, oh yeah, that's, in my opinion, probably got the best soundtrack of any film ever by Goblin. And he said, oh yeah, I do love the original, but we're actually talking about the remake. So I said, I haven't seen the remake. And he said, Tilda Swinton, aka David Bowie, is really good in it. And then I didn't actually know it had Mia Goth in it. That must be quite an early role, yeah, because the first thing I'd seen her in, I think, was X. Dakota Johnson, Chloe Grace Moretz. So yeah, good actresses. Seeing one scene, like a still from it, I won't go into too much detail, but where something happens and like, don't know the full extent of it. I'm guessing the lady's bones are all getting broken, but meant to be a really brutal scene. But yeah, it looks like they're going in hard with the dance element. Maybe more dancing than the original Suspiria. But yeah, it's on Mubi, which is a nice boutique label. And yeah, one I look forward to watching. So again, thank you a lot for that one, Stuart. This one I was going to pick up a while ago when it first came out. Thought it looked really good. I remember Stuart saying he was going to pick it up. That he was a big fan of George Segal. He got it, I think he got it a bit early from Arrow before it came out. And then he said he kind of found it quite boring and slow. So I never grabbed it. But it's all one that's always interested me. And, you know, I do like, not only I like slow burners, but some films like, say, Session 9, The Machinist, that I know people say are too slow and they can't get on with them. As long as it's got a payoff, then I do enjoy a slow burn. But yes, George Segal in The Terminal Man, produced and directed by Mike Hodges. So I think I did get two other films by Mike Hodges recently, Beyond the Rainbow and... was it Get Carter? Oh, I've now got Carter. But yeah, Terminal Man. So yeah, see how I get on with this. You know, Stuart did say he expected to really enjoy it, as he likes sort of 70s? Yeah, 1974. So he likes sort of 70s sci-fi. He likes George Segal. But yeah, lovely addition. Another nice one to add into the Arrow video collection. So even if it's one I don't get on with, then yeah, still be a nice one to own. Oh yeah, this was one he did ask just recently, so I could remember this. When he asked, I was like, I've never even heard of this, but it's Mel Brooks with Zero Mostel and co-starring Gene Wilder. One of the funniest movies ever made, Roger Ebert says. It's called The Producers. So yeah, it looks like a comedy from 1968 on Studio Canal. So yeah, I do have a few others of these older Studio Canal. I've got The Lady Killers. There's one I want to get. I can't remember the name of it. It's got like a man's name, some kind of old man on the front with like a chubby face. I think he's like pointing. Roy will probably know the name of it. It might come into my head before the end of this video. But yeah, big fan of Gene Wilder. Is it called Speak No Evil, Hear No Evil? With him and Richard Pryor. Absolutely genius. When I was a kid, I used to love that film. Yeah, seen a few other things with Gene Wilder in, but don't own too many films with him in. So yeah, again, thank you for that, Stuart. One I haven't seen or don't know too much about, but I will certainly give it a go. And then this one, yeah, looks really interesting. Ironically, I've seen this one in HMV and CX quite a few times. Was tempted to buy it, but always been quite expensive. So to get it given as a gift from Stuart, not only kind, but yeah, obviously these are films I am actually looking forward to checking out. From 2000, can't be 2015. Can't see a year on, but I'm guessing like the 70s. Is it a Hammer? Guess I'll quickly read the back. A horror classic, finally remastered in HD. From acclaimed horror producer Richard Gordon, who did Inseminoid, Devil Doll, Horror Hospital, comes a brutal and mysterious story of the Tower of Evil, set in deserted lighthouse on fog-shrouded Snake Island. The terror begins when a nude, crazed woman slaughters a sailor who visits the island. When she is taken back to civilization, she is found to possess an ancient relic, and so the authorities mount an expedition to solve a mysterious series of psychosexual murders. Stars Jill Hayworth, Bryant Halliday, Dennis Price, and George Coloris. Yeah, I don't really know too much about it, but it looks interesting. But yeah, the cover alone looks good. I think I always thought that was a Hammer one. Maybe not. Let me know if I'm wrong, Stuart. Here's some more shrink wrap. And then, like I say, some of these are kind of surprises to me, really. This one I've never seen, Kingdom of Heaven. Director's cuts. I know Stuart recently upgraded this one to 4K. So yeah, he did say he had a Blu-ray to pass on, but I didn't know he was giving this one to me. Can't say I've seen too many films of Orlando Bloom. I don't dislike him, but he's good as Legolas in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I know not everybody's a fan of the Lord of the Rings. Some call it boring or can't understand it, too much weird fantasy world going on, but I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the book, not so much the Hobbit films. They're all right, but a bit CGI and not as good. But yeah, it'd be good to see Orlando cut in something else. And yeah, I heard this is a really good epic film. So again, thank you for that one, Stuart. Another one to add to my premium collection. So again, I think Stuart has upgraded this one to 4K. We've got some sort of special edition of it. I remember him talking about it a while ago when I was in the Movie Loons group. Is Outland with Sean Connery. But yeah, very kind to send me this premium collection, Stuart, because no pun intended, but I thought he collected the premium collection. So, as much as if I upgrade, if I upgraded 1984 to a 4K special Overworks kind of edition, I would still want to keep my premium collection version, just because, like I said, I collect them. So yeah, you'll have to let me know, Stuart, whether you just have certain premium collection titles and you ain't too bothered on owning them. But again, very kind gift. Wasn't expecting Outland by Sean Connery, but looks an interesting one. So yeah, not only bolsters my premium collection, but yeah, one I'm interested in. And yeah, Sean Connery is probably Highlander or The Last Crusade, my favourite roles I've seen him in. I think I've said before, I'm not a massive fan of the James Bond films. Did see some of them as a kid and they were fun, but yeah, maybe if I went back and watched some of them, I'd appreciate them more. But when I was watching some of the James Bond films, I say Sean Connery was the best Bond I had seen. He's also in Time Bandits. He's quite funny in that. This one, I think, I don't actually know what the British title. I don't think it's Double Dragon. Yeah, I remember Stuart again talking about he'd upgraded this one. I think he's got the 4K of it. Dead Heat. Yeah, it tells me on the bottom there original name. But yeah, I do like these kind of action films. Looks like a kind of buddy, I would say cop action. I don't know if it's got martial arts. Obviously, a lot of the writing is in foreign on the back. 86 minutes. Dead Heat. I think it tells me a year. But yeah, interesting one to check out. Yeah, I think Ash or someone from Popcorn and Horror, somebody I know, watched that and said it was a fun one. I guess it's a bit maybe like a sort of Universal Soldier kind of film. But again, one I will check out. More bubble wrap in the bottom. Right, I'm on to the last three. I will say this one I am very surprised at. I know Stuart had said he'd ordered 2 of them. I think he basically pre-ordered it on... Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Return of the Living Dead 4K. I think he pre-ordered it on HMV and Arrow Video, and 2 copies came. Obviously, I've already got that. He did the same with Gorgo, so obviously it isn't out on Arrow. So I'm guessing he's ordered it on through HMV and somewhere else. But yeah, when he did mention it, I did say, you could trade that in at CEX or even sell it when he was on about giving it away. But yeah, I guess it's probably worth like £30, and being as it's still shrink wrapped, you maybe could even got a refund on it. So yeah, I really wasn't expecting to receive a new sealed copy of this. In fact, I was actually looking, must have been HMV in Bath about 2 weeks ago. I think at the time Stuart said he was awaiting his copy, and won't go into all his details too much, but it hadn't arrived. So I did say, I don't know if I said to him, but yeah, I'd seen it in HMV on like the news section. I was tempted to get it, as I've recently rewatched 1999 Godzilla. Roland Emmerich directed. Then I'm going to watch soon. I heard really good things about it. Godzilla -1, which I've got on 4K. And I don't know if you can see it, but up there I've got Gamera. the Hesai era, and then there's another one. I've got to get the other box to that. So yeah, I've been interested in these kind of giant, what do they call them, kaiju films. Pacific Rim I really enjoy as well. I mean, yeah, I'm guessing it's similar to Godzilla, probably like a lower budget kind of one. But yeah, collector's edition 1581. But yeah, really thank you a lot for that, Stuart. Really impressed with that. Yeah, when he sort of said, I assumed he would end up trading it in, selling it, maybe getting a refund on it, or sending it to somebody else who he hadn't sent a load of stuff already to. So if he'd literally sent me just this one thing, I would be grateful. As this is like, yeah, very rare. Anyone sends me a sealed 4K special edition worth like 25 or £30. So yeah, I do really appreciate this, Stuart. And I know when I message him saying, "Oh, thanks for all these things, great presents, wasn't expecting so much. Can I give you something back?" He'll probably say no, but maybe I'll try and just send him an Amazon gift card or something at Christmas so he can buy what he wants, rather than try to give him all my offcuts that he probably doesn't want, that he's already upgraded. But yeah, really impressed with that. Gorgo on 4K. Thank you a lot, Stuart. Was going to buy that myself, so that saves me like £30. This one, again, pretty sure he's directed. I don't think Stuart directed this, although I have mixed him up with Stuart Gordon in the past. Yeah, pretty sure he upgraded this to 4K. A special edition of this came out. Again, was tempted with that, but not seen too many of these kind of old Hammer other than The Devil Rides Out, which I really love, which is a recommendation from Stuart. So thought I'll wait a bit and sort of see when it comes down in price. But yeah, now I've got the Blu-ray and it's a 3-disc edition. So yeah, now I think I've got about 3 or 4. I've got the Satanic Rites of Dracula, is it called? Which I haven't watched yet. Devil Rides Out. Maybe a couple more, but yeah, another one to add to the Hammer collection, or horror collection in general. And yeah, starring Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, who ironically I've just recently watched a film that will be appearing on the recent watches. Probably record that tomorrow. Recording this on a Tuesday morning. It's not too much of a spoiler to say. Was The Hound of the Baskervilles. Peter Cushing really good in it, although Christopher Lee wasn't in it too much. So yeah, looking forward to watching another one of those too. Bit of a coincidence as well. I only watched that a few days ago. So yeah, a lot of coincidences happening. And again, yeah, just can't thank you enough, Stuart. I don't want to, what's the word? Keep singing your praises and saying thank you 1,000 times. But yeah, doesn't really feel like just doing this video and saying thanks is kind of appreciation enough. Another 101 Films, which again I do collect. It's a dual format in a nice red case. Sure Sammy won't mind me saying, but I know Sammy's got a bit of a phobia of snakes, so I'm sure, look away now Sammy if you're watching, is... So yeah, I always laugh at this title. I remember, I think Marcus from Expo 2708 picked this up a while ago. I know someone showed it. Maybe it was Stuart when he first got this version. I think maybe now he's upgraded it to a 4K. Yeah, just always laughed at the title. It's just not a hard title to say, but most people would call it Snake or Cobra or Snake Bites, maybe like Venom, Anti-Venom, but yeah, to call it, don't say it, hiss it, it says on the front. Yeah, it does make me laugh, but yeah, it looks a good... I thought it was just about a snake, but it looks like this guy is like half snake. Yeah, it looks bizarre. Heard it's quite a zany kind of film, starring Strover Martin, directed by Bernard Kowalski, Strover Martin, Dirk Benedict, Heather Menzies. But yeah, I do like, even if it's like a low budget kind of schlocky sort of horror, I do enjoy those kind of films. But no, I heard some people say it is actually a good film. So again, thank you a lot, Stuart. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to quickly show this pile, but yeah, I guess Stuart's upgraded them or whatever, so he probably doesn't want these anymore. But like I say, he could have traded them into CEX or, sold them on eBay. I know he's a big eBay guy. Sorry, bloke. But yeah, if he traded them in, this is probably like, especially with the £30 or however much the Gorgo cost, yeah, probably come up to like £100 worth of stuff. So do really appreciate that, Stuart. Very generous. And yeah, like I say, Stuart was in my top 5 favourite YouTube personalities. He's now might have gone up to number one. I won't do an official ranking list because it'll probably upset people, but I will say Stuart, Roy, Marcus from XFL2708, Ash from Popcorn and Horror, Jodie from Jodie's Movie Realm, Sammy G's World of Cinema, Angelo from the Pang Films, Joshua Fulci fan. Yeah, those are some of my not just favourite to watch, but people I've interacted and sent things back and forth, and that I consider sort of best friends on YouTube. Sorry, anybody else I've left out. Don't mean I don't love your channel. You're my favourite YouTubers, but when it comes to actually, what I consider friends outside of YouTube, it's quite easy to say, "Oh, I'm friends with this person. We talk a bit." Might be in a WhatsApp group or I comment on their videos, but some of these people I've met, spoke to a lot, through like private messages on WhatsApp or when we was in the group talking, sent things back and forth. So yeah, I know Stuart's not a vain guy, so he's probably not gonna be enjoying all this ego stroking. So I will stop it there before he gets too what's the word, abashed. He might be blushing. Last thing I will say is thank you, Stuart. I'll show these quickly, but these are going to pale in insignificance after some of those really good boutique films that Stuart sent me. So yeah, these I just picked up 5 for £1 in a charity shop. I haven't really been looking in them too much. Obviously, I do. Well, me and Ollie from Ollie Loves Film used to go once a month or so. I won't go into it too much, but stuff that's been going on at work and things. I've had to work about the last 8 Saturdays in a row, and that's when we used to go. So yeah, not really had a chance. So I was hoping to save charity shop hunt to if I go with Ollie, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this weekend either. I think I was meant to be off. I meant to be off last weekend, and due to other managers being sick or without going into it, one of them's in trouble and might be getting the sack. I've had to be working and stuff. So yeah, just grabbed a few of these. So I haven't raided the charity shops too much. So if Ollie is still going looking in Keynsham, it won't wouldn't have plundered all the goods, should I say. This one, don't know if I like it, but for 20p, it worked. Well, 25 it says, but 5 for £1. Star Trek on Blu-ray. Yeah, big fan of J.J. Abrams, Super 8, and I did like one of his Star Wars films. I always get them mixed up. See if I can see them here. I think it was The Force Awakens that I quite enjoyed. Not on the level of the original trilogy, but I heard this is like a good reboot of Star Trek. And this one is one Angelo from the Pang Films recommended when I was doing my icy, snowy set in location films, one set in the ice and snow, basically. I can't remember the exact title. He did recommend this, and it is one I had seen as a kid, but I didn't own and forgot about, is Vertical Limit. Again, for 20p, so thank you, Angelo. Or, let YouTube know what I think of that when I get to the recent watches. This one I have seen before years ago. Found it really funny. I think the Blu-ray, though, is out of print, but I think it's quite expensive. But yeah, I don't really see the DVD around very often. So for 20p, Tropic Thunder. I mean, it's quite. I'd say it's an offensive comedy, but I don't care. Nothing's too offensive for me personally. I'm not gonna ring Watchdog or try and get Robert Downey Jr. cancelled. This one watched years ago when it was on the TV. I'm talking like 16 years ago, and did really enjoy it, but I've never owned it. I'm not usually a massive fan of Michael Bay, but it is The Island. Ewan McGregor, Charlize Theron, Jim and Honso, Sean Bean, Michael Clark Duncan, and Steve Buscemi. So yeah, when I was talking to Sammy from Sammy G's World of Cinema about this recently, he did say he thought Sean Bean was the villain, and I said I couldn't remember, but yeah, good memory, Sam. I remember it being quite a good film with a sort of twist in that halfway through. Not so much a twist, but kind of a bit of a reveal is all I'm going to say. And then this one, I think I did mention at the start, I already do own this, but being as it's not too easy to find, I thought I'd pick it up for 20p, see if anybody in the community wanted a copy. So this is Spinal Tap. So yeah, if I can, I'll show you quickly. I have this version. It's like the 3-disc collector's edition. up to 11 edition. You can get it on Blu-ray. I know Roy has the Blu-ray, but I think the Blu-ray is £22 on CEX. So I'm not going to pay that, and neither should other people have to. But yeah, even the DVD, not sure if it's expensive. You don't really see it in like CEX and that. So yeah, anyone watching this in the community, as long as you're not too far away, Australia or America or something. I mean, obviously I have sent a parcel to Josh Fulci fan 1015, but there was enough in it to make it worthwhile. Whereas, if someone wants this worth 20p and it's going to cost me £10 postage, probably won't do it. But yeah, Angelo or Jodie or anyone, if you need a copy of Spinal Tap, if you haven't seen it, it's genuinely one of the funniest comedies I've ever seen. Then yeah, let me know. But yeah, sorry that went on for a while, but not only had quite a lot to show, but also wanted to do the people sending them to me justice and showing them properly, talking about them and my thoughts and reactions and appreciation, and then shouting out their channel and things a bit. I will link everybody I've mentioned down below. I'll try to remember everybody. Obviously, Stuart and Roy, I'll link first. And yeah, I mean, Roy has sent me one gift, so I do appreciate that, Roy. And sorry if Stuart has tried to outdo you. I don't know if Stuart got word that you were sending me. I mean, do really appreciate this. Really nice edition. Yeah, whether Stuart thought, right, Roy's sending him something, I'll try and send him 10 times as many to upstage Roy. You'll have to talk about that between the pair of you. But yeah, thank you a lot, everybody watching, but especially Stuart and Roy and Anne-Marie, who I work with. I don't think she'll be watching this. I have told her I've got a YouTube channel, but I don't know if she knows how to work YouTube. Right, thank you, everybody. Bye.